This conference will now be recorded.
In this video, I'll be walking you through the report wizard as navigated through the Employer on the Go Next. To begin, you will first select on the left-hand side menu, Reports, and select the report wizard. And you will have this box open up, and you will see report types on the left-hand side and categories on the right-hand side. Depending on your security level, you may or may not see all of these options. To select a type, you will now have the ability to choose a category. If you have the ability for exports, we have a QuickBooks check register. For our general ledger, we have a paper version of the GL. For human resources, a lot of information about your employee, what HR is on their employee, if you're keeping the HR track, as well as you able to print a new, an I-9 or a W-4 for the employee. If you have management, payroll is probably the majority of your report categories would be here. A lot of employee reports, deduction reports, your payroll register and a summary, and even a tax liability report is located here. If you have the ability for tax, I highly recommend not to run a 941 and save it and call it as what was filed with the IRS. Please ask your service bureau for the actual 941 that's been filed, and basically everything in this item. I doubt you'll have the ability to file electronically, but this is how your service bureau will file your forms electronically. And if you use our timekeeping, you can run reports based on your employees' punching in habits. So let's begin. Let's select payroll, as again, this is probably the most frequent one you'll be selecting. And let's take a look at a payroll register. So once you select, you'll begin next on the bottom. And then here we have the ability to select a division. If you had multiple divisions, you can select all, a few, or all of them. Same for location. If you just want one, few, or all, and department. So pick if you want the entire company or just one particular department of this report. Then by next, we have the list of employees. It defaults to every employee, but if you want to see just active employees, depending on what report you're looking at, then select them all, and we'll select next here. When we get to the date range, you have the ability to overlap pay periods if you like. As you see, it does default to your most current pay period that's been run. You can run the report by month, by quarter, or even by year if you choose. Some reports have the ability to choose a state depending on which one you're selecting. So after you choose your range, you'll get to the list of all of the reports that we have in this category. And if you had any items that were created manually, they would be here, but here are a bunch with our name and a description. Select the report. Depending on which report, we have some options. You can show your hours as decimals if you like. Instead of 39 hours and 30 minutes, it can show us 39.5 hours. If you want the report just to have totals, you don't want to see each employee's line item, just the totals. The show pay rate and use gross hours are grayed out because this report I'm selecting automatically does show the pay rate, and I don't believe this report would have a gross hours report on it. Formatting, you can format grouping it or sort the data however you like it. And then you can run your report. It does default to our report viewer, which is my favorite one to select because you could do a lot of items from that report viewer. But if you wish, you can transfer it to an Adobe, Excel, Word, or tax form viewer if you have that option. And once you're ready, you simply run the report. And what's great about these, like I said, the report viewer, when it does open, you have the ability to email it directly from there. You can save it to your computer directly from there. So once it does run, it will pick up and open up the next screen. All right, so from here, like I said, you can print it, export it, you can email it, navigate through pages, go to the last page, or just jump to a particular page. And when you're completed, you can either exit through the door here or just select the X on the side and brings you back to where you can continue running more reports or select cancel, and you have just been introduced to the report wizard. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, please contact your Payroll Service Bureau.